Welcome to Community Mindfulness for the week. We will begin our practice as we always do with an attention to the posture in the body and how we are in our bodies physically in terms of our seat to the chair or sofa, the sit bones wide, the legs feel gravity take them down toward the floor. And there's a sense of stability or groundedness there. And then there's also the length in the spine that comes from the base all the way through the body and up through the back of the neck and to the crown of the head. And it's a great sort of liftedness and lightness and spaciousness above the crown of the head and around the upper body. So we hold both of those qualities, the groundedness of the seat and the lengthening and spaciousness in the spine, and begin to be aware of the breath, the inhale and the exhale. Now, the breath is a constant phenomenon for us. Inhale, maybe feel the breath at the nose as the belly and chest lift, and exhale. Feel the breath again at the tip of the nose as the belly and the chest release. And there's a very calming presence to the breath. When we take our attention there to that physical feeling of the belly and the chest lifting and maybe some coolness or heat at the nose. And you just notice that physical breath. As we notice it, often the breath begins to slow down. And we have this sense of agency, the ability to pay attention to the breath, to deepen the breath if we choose, to lengthen the inhale and the exhale. And to allow the breath to slow down and give our nervous system the message and permission to relax. And this is something we can do at any time in our day. Just take a few mindful breaths at a red light or when a lot of things are happening. And when we do, we realize that there's a simplicity that is part of each moment, that inhabits each moment. And that slowing down and that aha of simplicity is like an update to our system. Just like we update the computer or our devices to more efficient operating systems, we can update our nervous system and our breathing to an efficient and effective pace and awareness and length of the breath. And that doesn't necessarily change anything that's happening in the world or around us, but it does change what's happening in our experience. Your mind becomes distracted and you start thinking of things, this or that or the other thing. Gently bring it back to the breath, the physical feeling of the breath. And then notice if that physical feeling, the feel out, has made any changes to feel in or the emotional state. Perhaps if it's available to you, you feel more relaxed and comfortable than you did before you were paying attention to the breath. Very good. And now we'll turn our attention to auditory thought. The thoughts that come up in the mind, the words, the songs, the poems. And as each thought arises, notice it. You welcome it, whatever it is, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. And then let it go. Not turning one thought into another, into a story or a rationalization or a belief system. Truly, you look with intent and attention to the phenomenon of thought, hearing words in your mind. Allow each thought or series of words to arise and then fade away as a new thought arises. If you experience no thought, that's rest, so just enjoy that. And some thoughts come up and you let them go. And other thoughts come up and you let them go. And just this process of mindful awareness to thought is like cleaning out the junk drawer of the day. Instead of holding on to any particular thought and allowing it to become another thought and another thought and a belief system or a story, we're aware of it and just allow it to let go. And this daily practice, whether it's formal in sitting as we are now, or whether you're just spend your days, the whole day, or parts of the day, just noticing what comes up in your mind and what is happening around you. And it's a skill and a practice of just cleaning out that junk drawer. And the less you react to each thought, the stronger is your capacity to remain centered. And that is your true nature, to be in the moment, to be centered. And that doesn't mean to always feel good or know what to do or be in control of the situation, just the opposite. It just means that you have the ability to look at each thought and not have it drag you someplace. So just pay attention to what you hear in your mind. If you get caught up in a series of thoughts, that's okay. Just gently bring yourself back to what you hear in your mind. And this process of mindfulness, of being aware, is like an update. It improves your memory, improves your efficacy, makes you operationally in top form, or whatever is happening. Our minds are 50,000 years old in their physiological and mechanical capacity. They're going to do what they do, which is wander and come up with stories and belief systems. And it's a light of awareness that is an update to that process. Each moment, each breath, each day, each year, for our whole lives. And in being still and open and allowing and welcoming any thought to arise, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral, we are able to clear out space, empty the junk drawer, and maintain in our nervous systems a place of comfort and safety and happiness. There are those philosophers that say that happiness truly is the key to an outcome of good behavior and ethical and ethics, rather than a strong belief in any moral code. So as we notice each breath, each thought, we cultivate happiness. And then that leads to the best possible behavior. Very good. And then just for a break, and just because you can, allow yourself now to listen to sounds in your environment. There may be bird song or traffic or wind outside the window. There may be a fan or a refrigerator or a pet breathing inside. Turn your attention to sound in your environment, what you hear outside of your mind. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back to any available sound in the environment. Focus intently on that sound. And we're gently going to bring the practice to a close. I'll count backward from 5. And when we get to 1, you can open your eyes, move a little bit. Mindfulness practice will be finished. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.